Hey guys, Darth Trader coming at you with the day 4 recap of my Surge Trader audition. If you're enjoying my journey so far, please like and subscribe and comment what you like about my videos or don't like. I'm open to hearing everything, or even leave a comment with any other content suggestions. I'd be happy to make other stuff for you guys. So let's get into it. So today was a very good day, solid green day, about 320 bucks. As you can see, my account balance is now at 25,500. If you remember my video from the other day, it was about 25,180. So let's get into some of the trades. So if we go to history, it says my first trade of the day was Tesla, but it was really this Meta. I took profit on my swing trade. So if you guys didn't catch my last video, I had got in right at this blue line. It was this trend line breakout right here. See, it broke out, grabbed it on the retest, swung it. I was taking profit on the way up. Unfortunately, I gave back a lot of unrealized profit on Friday, but we had a great $5 gap up this morning, and I sold into this push. And unfortunately, Meta and the market flushed, formed this very nice bear flag that I didn't take advantage of, and flushed more, stopped me out, break even on the rest. But good thing I was out most of my position and was still able to bank 280 bucks on that trade total from Friday and today. So some of that was today, most of that was from Friday. And you can also see my executions. Let's see. So yeah, this is the 5 minute chart on Meta. As you can see, I got in at the bottom here after a couple failed attempts up here, or a couple maybe small profit and then a failed attempt, but then bottom ticked it, scaled that on the way up. This was the gap up today, took my last piece, and yeah, it was just another 10 shares, and then it came all the way back down and stopped me out break even. Only had about 35 shares, originally took 100 shares, so overall very good trade. Sucks that it, kind of came back up like this. And, wish I could have not been flushed out because I still think this will go. But happy to be in the profit on it. So can't complain too much. So my next trade and my trade of the day was a monster short on Tesla. So I don't know if you guys remember. If you haven't seen my last video, please go check it out. I had talked about the Tesla short. So let me bring up this daily chart so you guys can see. So I on Friday I had talked about Tesla short below this 272.88 ish level. I said it had room all the way down to this moving average or even this gap fill. As you can see, it made pretty much it at least made it to the moving average, which crawled up a little bit. Didn't quite make it to the gap fill, but I would still consider that filling the gap. Um, so this is a really good trade to go over because the reason I didn't take it at the level was because there was a lot of. So this was the daily level, okay, but it had a lot of cluster on the hourly and also this, see this gap down here, pre-market. So I didn't get in on the break of that daily level. Instead, I was using the pre-market low because then it didn't have any hourly congestion for, what is that, $3 4, right? So I used that level, that pre-market low on the hourly, and let me show you exactly where I got in. Okay, gotta go the other way. If you guys haven't seen my content yet, I use the 15-second charts for my entries. Promise I'm not a degen. I really just see my entries a lot more clear. So yeah, got in. I think it was 950. Let's see. Have my executions here. Let's see. Okay. I know. Look here. Yeah. So I got in at about 950. So yeah, let me make this bigger so you guys can see. So this broke the pre. I'll get rid of this yellow line. That was the daily level. Obviously, it took that out. So it came through the pre-market level, retraced, and instead of using that as my risk, the reason why I took two lots instead of one lot on this trade was because one, there was just so much room to move. I wanted to step up, but also I was using that hourly pivot. If it broke above that, I was going to get out. So really, my entry was around 271 ish, and my out would have been a little over 271.30 ish. So I only had about 30 cents risk on this play, and you can see 30 cents risk, and it made over a $3 move. That's incredible risk to reward, especially for a day trade. So yeah, let me show you the executions. I entered as it broke that low, and then you could see. I mean, it just flushed right away. This was an easy trade. I wish I took more, but I didn't really want to risk more than that. So sold right there, set stop to break even, sold again into that next push, sold near the bottom. Then I only had zero point 0.3 left, so I was out, over three quarters of the position. Then I got stopped out break even. Unfortunately, it did go lower. It did. It did fill that gap, like I said, and obviously it stopped me out first, but can't complain about a nice $200 win on, or over $200 win on Tesla. That was my juicy win for the day. And I had another little trade on Amazon. This one kind of chopped me out too, or else it actually probably would have been a decent, a very good trade. Not as good as Tesla, but I would have probably held it overnight too. So there was overnight potential. Um, so yeah, I got in. Okay. So I liked this Amazon daily chart. So I actually liked this even for a day trade short because let me remove this, make this bigger so you guys can see. But see this, one, two, three touches of the trend line and then breaks. So that's already a nice short setup. It was giving up this moving average and taking out this kind of low of the range. So I actually like this for a day trade short. This moving average was a little bit higher. It just changed after the day was put in. Um, but I like this for a day trade short as it was taking out this range. Unfortunately, I was busy with Tesla, so I didn't take that. As you can see, it made a monster move, but I did grab it on this retest. And I almost didn't take it because, taking these swing shorts, I wanted to take it as a swing. Taking these swing shorts in a bull market doesn't always work out that well. But when it kind of pushed a little bit above that trend line, that's the blue trend line from the daily chart, I was like, okay, the high is 127.58. I can literally risk like 10 cents on this trade, and like look at like the profit potential is huge. So that's what convinced me to get in. I believe I took two lots on it. Yeah, I took two lots. So 10-cent risk, two lots, that's about $20 risk. And it was going well at first. I was kind of scaling out. Let me switch back to the 5 minute. Yeah, so I was scaling out on these, on this sell off down. Unfortunately, it literally stopped me out break even on the rest at the top, and then gave me that move to low of day, which I would have been like, three quarters out of this and just left like a little icing for the overnight, just because again it's a bull market. I didn't want to overstay my welcome, but once you secure all that profit, why not leave a little runner if it could make, if it took out. I mean, yeah, it really didn't have anything until this Bollinger Band, which was $2 away from the low, right? So, and it had this support there, so that would have really been the main target, which would have been a phenomenal trade. But I'm not mad. I had that big Tesla trade, and this was still like a nice little $23 trade. I'll take it. And yeah, that's all my trades for the day. Very good $320 green day. Tesla was the big short today. Sorry, Michael Murray, you didn't do a great job shorting Tesla, at least in 2022. So yeah, now I'm going to talk about some of the plays I'm watching for tomorrow. This this Bitcoin, I don't really have much experience day trading crypto, but now that I'm in this uh, surge trader audition, I can trade crypto. So when it sets up like this, why not? If it takes out the top of this range, so okay, I also like this. I like this also because of this swing high here. Then it came in, rejected that level, kept rejecting. So I actually liked it here, but then you could see it failed, didn't go. I was watching it above this level, still kind of just rejected it. Then today it had a nice push. But if this Bitcoin can get above this, I mean, now we'll call the top of the range. Sorry, I got some extra lines on there because it was glitching before. If it can get above this 31,500 level, it'll be above the Bollinger Bands. I mean, this has blue skies, guys. Let me take off all these moving averages so we can see a little bit better. I mean, it's got a little something there, but that would already be like a monster trade because I'm starting this out as a day trade. That's almost $1,000 move, right? And I would not be opposed to leaving some for a bigger move just because, I mean, this is really a beautiful, what they call a cup and handle setup. See the cup? And then this consolidation is the handle. That's that's an incredible setup. I think it could definitely get higher than this, but that would definitely be a good place to be out most, just in case it rejects. But after that, I mean, there's nothing. There's literally nothing. Like maybe you could nitpick and say there, you could use the whole numbers and say 4,000, but this would be a great trade to leave a runner on, and especially I feel like Bitcoin has been missing a lot in this recent Nasdaq rally. Not that it always rallies with the Nasdaq, but it really has missed out a lot on this whole run. So maybe money will even flow out of the Nasdaq and into crypto. We'll see. Okay, so another trade I'm watching is Tesla again. It's not as juicy because it made such a big move today. But if it takes out this 10-day moving average in the low of today, it can. I mean, this is a middle Bollinger Band, so I wouldn't call that like much support. It can really get to this $20 moving 20 EMA, not $20 moving average. So what is that? 264 to that's like another $8 move of potential. I'm all for that. What I kind of wouldn't mind it going sideways for like another day and then breaking, just because it did have a big move. But I would still be willing to step up and take that for the short. And if it can be strong again, I would not mind taking this back above this daily high. The market's strong, Tesla's strong. I wouldn't mind taking this for a day trade above this daily candle and more so above this daily candle because it kind of rejected twice here. Okay, so that's Tesla. Amazon. So the reason I like Amazon is because, guys, these triple touch of the trend line breakdowns, when it closes below, it tends to have a multi-day run. So if this could get below the low of day, again, we talked about this before. I really think it could kind of get down to this pivot and the bottom of the Bollinger Band. So what is that? 126 to, so that's like a little over a $2 move. But on Amazon, that's a monster move. You could really size into Amazon. So, and the Search Trader account gets 10 times leverage. So I don't mind using all of it when I get the chance. And the risk to reward works out in my favor. So the next thing I'm watching is, I like NVIDIA long or short. If it can get above, let me get rid of this. If it can get above this daily level, that 431.77 level, I think it could easily get back to the highs and even the Bollinger Band. As you can see, this is another triple touch trend line. Okay. As you can see, touched here, touched here, and touched here. So the third one isn't as clean, but it did reject that day. It rejected the trend line first, and then the market was just so strong, pushed above. But I would still count this as a rejection of the trend line. So if you get above this trend line, I think it could have a multi-day run. But I will be watching it for the day trade, and I would not mind leaving it like a little piece on overnight for a swing. So that's Nvidia. Google. Okay. Google double bottomed here today. Google has just been kind of very weak compared to the rest of the market. And you kind of either want to short the strongest stocks that have moved too much, or you want to short the weakest stocks, right? So this is a weaker stock, rejected this level twice. My first profit target would be this moving average, but I think if it breaks, I think it can get below and get all the way down to this moving average, and maybe even, who knows, maybe it'll even retest this like 106 breakout level. That would be a hell of a short. On this one, I kind of would prefer a little bit more sideways. Like if this could go sideways for a few more days, let this moving average catch up, test the level again. I mean, I would definitely size into that. That would be like a hell of a setup. All right, guys, and that's pretty much it for today. Monster Green Day, Monster Short on Tesla, The search trader audition is going very well so far. As you can see, I'm up $500 in the account, and that's 20% towards the profit goal of 27,500. Once I get to that profit, I can either get funded with the $25,000 account, or I could opt to do the $50,000 account challenge. I have not made up my mind yet if I'm lucky enough to get to pass the challenge, what I'm gonna do, but I will keep you guys posted. And yeah, hope you guys can take advantage of some of those plays tomorrow, and hope you guys take advantage of some of those plays today because I called Tesla out on Friday. So hopefully you guys took advantage of that, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good day, guys.